6. Today we're going to start chapter 9. We're going to take lesson number 9.1, independent and dependent variables. We already know the word variables in algebra. This was the letters that we use, x, y, a, b, c, whatever. But what is the meaning of independent and dependent variables? Do we have different kinds? Let's see. Here, we used to have something that looks like this. X plus 2 equals 10. This is an equation, addition equation. Can I find the value of x? Of course. X equals what? 8. And we already know how to find the value of x by the inverse operation of addition. This is not what we're going to talk about. But if you look here, you see an equation. It has how many variables? Only one variable. But our lesson is talking about independent and dependent variables. Can I have an equation that has two variables? Of course. Look here. Y equals x plus 2. What is the difference between these two equations? Here we have two variables, x and y. What is the difference? The difference that x here is called independent variable. It is not controlled by anything else. Y is called the dependent variable. Y is a result or a conclusion or the answer when or y is controlled by x. How is that, Yanis? I will tell you. If x equals 0, y equals what? Remove x and put 0. 0 plus 2 equals what? 2. If x equals 1, will y be equal to 2? No, it's going to change. Y equals 1 plus 2. So y equals what? 3. So the value of y depends on the value of x. That's why we call it dependent variable. Okay? Independent variable is not controlled by anything, not controlled but the dependent variable is controlled. Okay? I can give you some examples from real life. If here I will put dependent variable and here independent variable. Let me ask you, the score on your test, your grades on your test, is it dependent or independent variable? It is dependent. It is controlled by something else. What controls my grades on a test? Of course, the number of correct answers in my sheet. So, grades on a test is controlled by what? Number of correct answers. What else? The price of a pizza. We have small size, medium size, large size. Okay? The price of the pizza depends on what? The size of the pizza. So the price is a dependent variable. It changes according to the size. So the price of a pizza depends on what? Depends on the size of the pizza. The size is independent variable. Okay? If we have some math equations to understand what do we mean by this and how can we identify or tell which is dependent and which is independent. First of all, you have to know the relationship between the two variables. You can have addition, you can have multiplication relation, you can have division relation, you can have subtraction relation. You have to understand the relation first. Here it says identify the independent, means tell the independent and the dependent variables, okay? Then write the equation. Then he wants us to find the relation between the equation, between the two variables, to represent the relationship between them. An online store lets customers have their name printed on any item they buy. So you have a store and you're going to buy something and then you want to print your name on this item you bought. The price, the total cost, and here this is a very important word, the total cost, C in dollars, is means what? Equal, if you remember. The price of the item in dollars plus, so all of these are what keywords we are seeing here to find the relationship, plus 3.99 for the name. So again, let's read quickly. An online store lets customers have their name printed on any item they buy. Maybe it's a t-shirt. The total cost C in dollars is the price. So the total cost equals what? The total cost C equals what? The price of the item P in dollars, maybe it's a t-shirt as I said, okay? Plus means what? Addition. Plus a constant cost for writing the name. A constant cost for writing the name is what? $3.99. Okay? So, what is the independent variable? P, because maybe someone will buy a t-shirt, someone will buy something else. C is the total cost. C is the dependent variable. It depends on the item I'm going to buy. So the C here, or the total cost, the total cost depends on the price of the item. The dependent variable is what? C. The independent variable is what? P. So C is controlled by the price of the item I'm buying. The equation, we already wrote it. C equals P plus 3.99. Look here, question number 2. A raft travels down river at a rate of what? 6 miles per hour. This is the speed, rate or speed if you remember. Okay, the speed equals distance over time. The total distance, a keyword again, D in miles that the raft travels is equal, a keyword again, to the rate times, this means what? Multiplication, the number of hours H. So he already gave you all the keys so you can write the equation. A raft travels down river at a rate of 6 miles per hour. The total distance, this is the dependent variable, the result, the conclusion. D, in miles that the raft travels is equal to the rate times the number of hours. So our dependent variable is what is the total distance, D. The independent variable is what is the number of hours. The rate here is constant. If you remember, if I want to write the equation here, D equals dirt, if you remember. So equals the speed or the rate times the hour. T or hours, we can use both letters here. But he already gave us time in hours. So the equation equals D equals 6 hours. If you remember our magic triangle here, okay. So here I have the rate or speed equals distance over time. Instead of T, I can put the letter H. Okay? So D equals R times H. Okay, guys? The third question, apples are on sale for $1.99 a pound. The pound costs $1.99. Sheila buys P pounds. Do we know the amount of pounds she's buying? No. Of apples for the total cost of C dollars. So I have some keywords. Total cost, this is the conclusion. This is what the dependent variable, C. Independent variable is what the number of pounds that she's buying. The equation, the total cost here equals the price, $1.99, times what the number of pounds she's buying. This is the total cost of apples, okay? Now here, we still have some questions. Page 493, it says identify, tell. Identify means tell the independent and dependent variable, then write the equation to represent the relationship between them. Again, Sian can make 8 paper birds in 1 hour. He can make how many birds in 1 hour? 8. The total number of birds, B, is equal to the number of birds he makes per hour times, this means what? Multiplication, times the number of hours he's working. So what's the dependent variable? The dependent variable is the total amount of what? Of birds that he can make, B. The independent variable is what? The number of hours he's working, okay? So the total amount of birds equals what? How many hours did he work? We don't know. But we know that he makes 8 paper birds, so 8 times the number of hours. This gives us the total number of birds that he can make. Okay? So the relationship, as you see, can be a multiplication relationship as this one. Okay? Can it be something else? Yeah, as we can see in the next question, number 5. Billy has $25. He already has $25. His father is going to give him more money. The total amount, T, the total amount, this is the conclusion, this is the result, Billy will have is equal to what? The amount M his father gives him plus a keyword. Plus means what? Addition. The 25 Billy already has. So what is the dependent variable? It's the total amount, T, the conclusion. Okay, the total amount he will have. What's the independent variable? M, the money his father will give him. Okay, what's the equation? The total amount equals the money his father will give him or gives him plus, see, it says plus, he already gave you the keyword, plus what? The $25 that he already has. So, as you see, the lesson is very easy and important also, because it's the first time you knew that you can have two variables in one equation, but actually one is a result of the other, okay? One is called dependent, okay? It is controlled by something else, and one is called independent. It is not controlled by anything else. Your homework will be page 495 from question number 1 to 5. Thank you, grade 6.